No changes to what we saw on Saturday?
No. Deal stay the same. Just lines will move around a little bit, but everyone's the same.
What can you draw on from the last time you guys played Boston, which was a pretty good game?
Yeah, for sure. We played them tight. We didn't give them much. We know, I haven't pulled any punches. I think the model that the Bruins have is one of the best, if not the best in the league when it comes to their elite players, how hard they play, and the leadership that they provide. Our team was certainly ready for them. In saying that, their top end guys, Marchie found a way to score there. To get them going, and they found a way to win. But their goalie was great in that game. I thought it was one of our better games. We didn't find a way to score, but we're going to come out and work hard again here tonight.
Any update on
Anders? He tweaked his knee there, so he'll be out for a little bit here. I don't know how long, but Hoggy's up, and he's done a great job. When he came in there, I thought he was outstanding, and I'd like to get him another start this week. No. I'm just flat out guessing here when I say a week or around there. We'll see how he feels.
What did you learn about your group in that Saturday game? That can be a pretty intimidating building. That game was obviously pretty physical and massive. What did you learn about your group?
Well, we're pretty resilient. We go into a lot of these buildings, and certainly, some of these teams that are ready to win now have an older, more experienced lineup, some high-end scoring. Sometimes they come at us in waves at the start, but we've found ways to fend it off and get back in the game. We have found ways to lose in the third period of late, which is a bit of maturing for us to do, is to sometimes do the safer thing. But in saying that, in that game after rewatching it, we outchanced them, and I thought, holding them to 21 shots in their building and not really giving them much was a nice stepping stone for this group.
The last couple of weeks, it's felt like it takes a period for you guys to kind of get going. Then second and third period seem really good. Is there a particular reason why your starts have been a little bit flat?
Well, I think some of it has to do with so many road games. Usually the home team comes out flying, and we haven't been at the level we need to be when that puck drops. We've been good at home at the start of games. I think we're 19 games on the road, could be 18, and only 12 at home. And a lot of these teams we played, Edmonton, Philly, some of these teams, they come out with their big guns and they come get you right away. And we've got to do a better job of being ready for them. But what we have to do is learn from that and be that kind of team here at home, is come out and try and put teams away.
Would you say also that the road trip and being on the road so long has also made an impact on Logan Brown's play as of late?
Well, I don't know if it's the road trip, it's the league. The league's hard, and you don't ever get a day off. Doesn't matter who you're playing. For a particular player, it's your individual matchup. And on the road, a lot of times he was seeing top-end players, top line, second line. At home, I can put him out against who I want to put him out against, which makes it probably a little easier for a younger guy to play at home. So, but in time, he'll find ways to battle through that, and eventually he'll be the guy that they're trying to shut down.
I understand this isn't your area, but would he be better suited to see 18, 20 minutes in an AHL game as opposed to 5?
Yeah, no, that's fair. I don't know what his average ice time is right off the cuff here. I'm going to guess it's somewhere close to 12 to 13 minutes.
In the last 5 games, 9 or something.
Yeah, and that's not enough for a young guy. We want to play him in important positions. We continue to have him on the power play where he excels. But that's something certainly we'll look at if that were to continue. We don't want him playing in that that fourth line role. Not to say that he can't do it for a game or two to try and fight his way back to one of those other spots, which I thought he did last game. He finished on the second or third line when we needed some offense. So, we'll see how he's going here tonight, and we'll monitor that for sure. But his development is number one in our mind.
You talk about Brady Tkachuk dragging this team into battle. What does that mean?
Well, when we're not going great, he can go out and get a hit. He can go out and get a couple shots. He can go out and get into a scrum and maybe push some guys. Just create some energy on our bench. He doesn't give you an inch, and he plays hard, every night. So once you see a young guy like that going that hard, it's very similar to Boro. When they play that hard, it's hard. If I'm someone sitting on the bench, not to join them, and I think that's what I mean by dragging him into the battle. When you see a young guy playing that hard, you have to join him when he gets going.
And what about the double minor at the end of the game? Are you okay with it at that time?
Well, I mean, certainly we want to win the game, and you know that, you know, once he's in the box, that makes it hard for us. You know, I think after the interference penalty, he knew he was, you know, probably done for the night there, and you know, that's a learning lesson for him. You know, going forward, and sometimes you got to. You know, you got to eat it. But, you know, it's just a young guy showing frustration, and it's like anything else. I think it's a learning lesson for all our guys. And you know, I don't know where we are in the league for young guys, but we have, you know, 5, 6, 7 rookies playing every night. And every lesson's a learning lesson, so that's probably one for him.
Lawton said after that game that he said something and he knew right away someone was going to come after him. So maybe in knowing that, is it maybe a good thing that Brady is standing up for himself and his teammates in that situation?
Well, yeah, for sure. We're not going to let anyone push us around, and we're going to stick together as a group. I don't know what he said, and I didn't hear it. But, you know, that group in there, yeah, they're young, and they're mixed in with some older guys, but they have pride. And, you know, we're going to play against some older, better teams and teams that have tried to push us around. We got a lot of pride. We're going to stick up for ourselves.
Disappointing for Anderson because his game started to come around.
What's that?
Is it disappointing for Anderson because his game?
Yeah, you know what? I was expecting a big game out of him in Philly, and then you know, for him to get hurt, and you know, it's hard when you keep getting nagging injuries to really get into a groove. So, but all we can do is look at it in a positive and say, Hoggy's up here. He's a guy that I think is going to be a good NHL goalie, given enough opportunity, and he's going to get another chance to start. So, you know, instead of looking as a negative, I look at a positive. We're getting to look at another young guy.
Is it the same injury you had in just a week?
No, different.